Yes, you do, and we are back. We're ready to answer your computer, technology, streaming, and cybersecurity questions. Listen, any questions you have, it doesn't matter. We have topics lined up, and we will go over those topics. But if we have no calls, that's fine. We'll go over those topics. But if your call is on a different topic, it doesn't matter. Could be a different topic as long as it's computer related, technology related, or streaming related, or cybersecurity related. We will cover it on this show, and if need be, we'll actually even extend the show out on our live stream. By the way, did you know that this show is being streamed live? I know some people are listening on WPSL 1590 on Florida's Treasure Coast, but we are also streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. You can get the links to both of those by going to our website, fasterpc.com. At the very top, you'll see a red button that says, right in the middle, you'll see a red button that says Live Technical Support. Click on that. On the left-hand side of the page, it tells you various ways you can get live technical support from a Faster PC, even with booking links where you can book remote support, in-shop emergency support, or even in addition to that, you can book an on-site as well. We also have on the right side links to the various ways that you can listen to and hear and watch a Faster PC live technical support, including one of the things you'll see over there is links to the live shows at Facebook and YouTube, as well as links to the archived videos over at YouTube and the archived shorts, which are just little snippets of the show. We also have various segments of the show on our website. You can go to the blog section, you just click on blog, and you'll see various articles, a lot of different helpful articles. We're publishing really almost every day, publishing an article to help you. And multiple times a week, we are actually publishing videos, including the full show, the full segment of last week's show, the full segment of the week before that show. You can actually see that. One of the things we're doing also with all of our YouTube videos and is we're actually time stamping them. So one of the things you'll be able to do with that, you'll be able to actually watch that and see it. And if there's a certain topic that you are interested in or a certain section of the video that you're interested in, you'll be able to zoom right to that section of the video to actually get that. So that's cool, and you'll be able to do this. You'll be able to watch it, and we want to let you know about that. So some of the things we will be covering today, we will be showing you how you can watch some free content on your devices. You can actually stream free content, including movies that might be maybe Memorial Day type movies, and we'll show you various ways that you can do that. We'll also go over the number one thing that businesses should be doing to protect their computers and their computer networks. It actually doesn't cost very much either, and it will really, with implementing this in the right way, it can actually decrease the chance of cyber threats by quite a bit, by significant amounts. So you'll want to actually check that out. And of course, we'll be going over the biggest threats of this week. So all the biggest threats, we'll be showing you those. And one of the things that we did talk about last week was updating computers from Windows 10 to Windows 11. And this past week, we did do that for some of our customers. Some of our customers even that had computers that were older than what Microsoft and were not compatible with what Microsoft said you can go up to the latest version of Windows 11. Well, we were able to do that this past week for a few of our clients. And of course, if you're out there, maybe you haven't even been a client of a Faster PC, whether you are or not, whether you live in our regular area where you can easily drive to us or not, we can actually, in most cases, upgrade computers even remotely. We have customers that live in other parts of this country. We even have customers that live in other parts of the world. So you can actually, if you want to be a part of this, you want to have your computer updated to Windows 11 so that you don't miss out on the updates come October 14th. October 14th is the last day Microsoft is supporting Windows 10, and if you want to continue to get the security updates, then we can actually help you update your computer to Windows 11. And if the computer's just too old and we can't do it, well, we probably have a used computer that you could go with, or we can help you find a new computer, or we could build you a new computer, because we do that as well. We do provide that for our clients. One of the things that we do want to go over today, this is Memorial Day weekend, and I know a lot of people will be visiting with family. You'll be actually checking out things. One of the things we want to do, though, is just show you some free ways that you can actually stream content, including maybe some Memorial Day content. So I'm going to switch over to a Roku device. You can do this, by the way. These apps that we're going to go over, most of these, maybe not the Roku app itself, but most of these apps you can actually get them on a Amazon Fire Stick. I've seen Google TVs out there now as well. They're making a play into this. But you do have the Roku channel. So with the Roku channel, one of the things that you have with the Roku channel is you'll have various shows that are out there, and some of these could even be, in fact, let's even search for maybe just a war movie and see what comes up, because there's a good chance. You see Texas Walker when I just typed in W, so you see what people are actually looking for. So yeah, so here's free World War II in high def, Commandos, another free one, Rogue Warfare, The War Below, Tour of Duty. So Max is if you've never seen Max, it's a cool movie, and about a dog, and a dog that was in the war, Adolf Hitler's war. So you see all these movies that you can actually watch, and these are completely free, all the way completely free. And so that's what's available on Roku. Now, if we want to go back out to the home, I'm clicking the home button on the remote, and then we'll go over to Tubi. So Tubi's another free content. You can actually install this channel. We've been showed in the past how to install the Tubi channel, and it is completely free. There's a lot of content on Tubi, and so what we want to do, though, is just do a search. Again, we're going to do a search for war. And so you see when we type in W and A, but so again, you could search for a lot of different contents. So, and some of this might not actually, you see there's one that's Warrior, but you see Warrior Horse 1, Heartbreak Ridge, Homefront, a lot of different movies out there, and again, many different types of movies, and from different eras and different types of content that you see out there. There's Bonhoeffer, Agent of Grace, and a lot of variety that you'll see out there. We can also go back out to the home page, and we'll actually go here. We're going to go to Pluto TV. So Pluto TV is another free content. There's 24-hour channels on Pluto. It's really cool. In the past, I've mentioned this. You can, with this, you can actually log in. You can create an account and log in, but you don't have to. You can click Not Now. You see Andy Griffith's show, because that's the last thing that I was watching when just here on this show. But you can actually we'll actually go out to the home screen. We'll go over to to actually do a search. And so as we're doing a search, we're just going to search for, we'll search for war again, and we'll see what comes up. A lot of content, a lot of free content is going to come up here as well. And so, and some of these are maybe not going to be, but here's war at sea, the Boer War, Peace War, and 911. You see, some of these are not necessarily going to be war movies. Chuck Norris is going to be in some of these movies that are out there. I'm also going to show you YouTube, and this is something you can do really even on your computer. YouTube does have a lot of free content, just the standard YouTube. I'm not talking about YouTube TV that you have to pay for. I'm talking about YouTube that's completely free. So we can actually watch as a guest, or we can sign in. I'm just going to watch as a guest, and I'm going to go up here and I'm going to do a search, and we'll actually search for war. And you see Pope Leo, because the last time I was in here, I was showing how you can watch his the previous pope's actual funeral. So anyway, we'll do a search for war. And you'll see that there are various things. Some of these are shows. Some of them are going to be movies. In fact, one of the things on YouTube, because there's a lot of content, we'll actually do a search for war movies. And so you'll actually see a lot of content coming up here for free. You're listening to a Faster PC radio here, heard every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour right here on this station and stream live to our Facebook page. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back, ready to answer your computer questions. So you know what? If you have questions, well, we can't answer them unless you ask them. Our number, if you want to have your computer questions answered, is 772-340-1590. 772-340-1590. Also, you can type your questions into the comment section of our live Facebook video that's happening right now over at Facebook. You can go there, search for Faster PC. We have almost 23,000 likes. Or you just go to our website, afasterpc.com, click on the link to listen to a Faster PC radio. We're here. We're ready to answer your computer questions, and we'll be right back to do that. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC. This is Brian Longworth, host of a Faster PC Radio, where we answer your computer questions for free every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. But it gets even better than that.
Now, wait a minute. How could it possibly get any better than that?
Yes, Cliff. A Faster PC has technicians standing by every Saturday ready to work on your computer.
Wait a minute. Technicians standing by on a Saturday?
Well, Cliff, a Faster PC has technicians standing by Monday through Friday for standard and emergency service, both in-shop and on-site. That means you can bring your computer to a Faster PC, or a Faster PC can come to you. And if you need computer service in a hurry, we offer emergency service both in-shop and on-site. We can handle anything from software installs, viruses, spyware, to multi-site VPN networking. Computer problems?
You need a Faster PC.
A Faster PC, conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. For more information, call 878-5978. 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
From the founding of our company, a Faster PC has provided our customers with quality service and computer products at competitive prices. We find that in the current economy, this is more important than ever. A Faster PC recently conducted a market survey and found that our prices are the least expensive in the area. Some of our competitors charge twice what we charge. Perhaps that's why more customers are turning to a Faster PC. We're helping our customers save money by repairing their computers rather than replacing them.
Now, wait a minute. You mean a Faster PC saves customers money?
A Faster PC offers the most competitive prices for computer repair in our area.
Wait a minute. Technicians that know what they're doing for less than the competition?
That's right. A Faster PC can handle anything from software installs, virus, spyware, and malware, and those annoying pop-ups, to QuickBooks, Metisoft, and SoftIn support, from wireless networks to hardware networks. Computer problems?
You need a Faster PC.
Conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. Call 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
Welcome back to a Faster PC Radio. I know you've been waiting, a whole few minutes for the next segment of today's show. If you've been waiting to give us a call so that you can get your computer question answered, well, now's a great time to give us a call. Give us a call. The number here at the studio is 772-340-1590. 772-340-1590. Of course, if you're a little bit shy, maybe you don't want to call and be on the radio. This is your opportunity, by the way, if you do want to be on the radio. But if you're a little bit shy, maybe you don't want to be on the radio, you don't want people to hear what you say, then you can actually head over to our Facebook video. It's a live Facebook video going on right now. You can head over there. Just go to www.afasterpc.com. Click on the link to listen to a Faster PC Radio. That'll take you to our Facebook page. Or you can go to Facebook, search for a Faster PC. You'll find our page. We have between 22 and 23,000 likes. You'll be able to actually get over there, scroll down on the page a little bit. You'll see the live video, and you can type your question into the comment section. Now, your question doesn't have to be on what we've been talking about. It can be on any topic as long as it's computer related. So head over there and you can be on the show, or just give us a call, 772-340-1590. We did also want to remind you that we have technicians standing by ready to resolve computer problems. Our number in the shop is 772-878-5978, and we are located at 7190 South US 1 in Port St. Lucie. Again, the number is 772-878-5978. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
Yes, you do, and we are back ready to answer your computer technology, streaming, and cybersecurity questions. And I did want to, right before we jump into the next topic, I wanted to just finish up a little bit about how to watch free movies. One of the movies I wanted to just show you, I'm going to switch back over to show you the Roku, is Peace River. And you can actually search for Peace River full movie. And this is on YouTube. You can watch it free on your computer, on your smartphone or your tablet. You can also watch it on a smart TV. Almost all smart TVs, even the ones I call dumb, that really don't allow you to install a lot of apps, they'll have YouTube. And so you can watch this. You can also connect your HDMI cable from your computer to your television, to one of the HDMI ports. Just change the input to that HDMI port. You can watch it there. You can also, in addition to that, you can also have a Roku. You can install YouTube on a Roku device, or a Google TV device, or an Apple TV device, or a Amazon Fire Stick. It'll work on all of these. And but Peace River, it is really an amazing movie. It is. You see the first one that comes up, it says try now. So this must be like a trial where you can actually sign up for another service. But you see that it's actually available other ways. It's available same length. It's available on the Hallmark, the Movie Central channel. It's available on Christian movies. It's available on Películas movies, so Peace River Films. So that's just a trailer, but you can actually watch this here, and I can tell you that this movie is a very emotional movie, but it is a very powerful movie as well. Now you do have ads, so this is something that you will see. You can skip the ads after a little bit of time, but in fact. Let me just click on skip, and so we'll actually get right over, and we'll be able to watch this. So one of the things, again, this movie is a really powerful movie, very emotional movie. It does have war scenes in it, and about someone that went and fought in Iraq. So right after 9/11. So you may want to check that out. And I can tell you that you won't be disappointed, but I will warn you that it is a very emotional movie as well. But it does have war, it has love, it has patriotism in it, and God in it, and it is a very powerful movie. Now, if you are out there, maybe you have a business, or you have a medical office, dental office, maybe you have a nonprofit or a professional office, maybe an accountant's office or an attorney's office, or you're a government entity, or maybe just even a private citizen. Maybe you just have a home office, or you're just a private computer user. What is the number one thing you can do to prevent cyber threats on your computer? Now, we talk about updating your computer, and that's important. We talk about having cybersecurity, and that's important. We talk about proper configuration, having least privileges, having privileged access management installed. A lot of different acronyms that we talk about: EDR, MDR, zero trust. All of these are important. But the number one most important thing you can do is actually training. And this is because, listen to this, guess what percentage of all threats that are out there actually come in through someone letting the bad guys in. You can imagine, having a house, and you have locks, and you have a security system, and you have cameras and all of this, but a thief knocks on the door, and the person that's there opens the door and lets the bad guys in. Well, people don't purposely let hackers into their computers, but we do see it on a regular basis. In fact, every single week we have people coming into our shop, people coming in, individuals. We see this from businesses, we see this from medical offices, dental offices, where they have actually clicked on a link that they shouldn't click on. They've opened an attachment that they shouldn't open. They have actually called a number that they shouldn't have called. They let the person talk them into going to a website, opening up a file, and letting them into their computer. Some people do this without even realizing what they're doing, or that they're actually talking to a scammer. So how do you prevent this? Well, again, the number one way is with training. And we have, and we can offer cyber awareness training. It's very affordable, doesn't cost very much money at all. And we can offer this for anyone from a business all the way down to just a private individual. We can offer this service for you. So this is, again, cyber awareness training. So what this does is you have an annual training, and the annual training actually is very, very well done. It is scripted. There are actors. There's a plot. It's interesting. It's actually done in small segments. So if you and the whole thing lasts about 30 minutes. But if you want to watch it in smaller segments, you can watch it in smaller segments. But at the end, there's a quiz also. So if you can watch the whole thing, it's better in one sitting. It's better to do that, so that way you'll be sharp and ready to answer those questions. Once you do go in and you answer those questions, well, what can happen with that is first of all, you have a score, and your score is the lowest score you can get is 300, and you're either going to start out at 300 or at 350, and the highest you can get is 800. As you take the various as you participate and watch the videos and take the quizzes and hopefully answer the questions correctly. And by the way, if you don't answer them correctly, you do have the chance of watching the video again and retaking the quiz, so that hopefully you can get a better score and improve your cyber awareness knowledge in this. And there's also weekly trainings that are much shorter. They're about 5 minutes, and they'll cover a specific topic, and they'll talk about that topic and train you and provide additional training. And one of the keys to this is when you log into this, you can see your score, but you can also see all the other scores in your company. So So let's say you have a company, you have a medical practice, you have a dental practice, you have a professional office or whatever. Maybe you're even a private citizen. But this is really, really important. Really helpful if you have a business. And let's say Johnny has a higher score than you have. Well, if you're competitive, you're going to want to get a higher score than Johnny has. So that's going to really encourage you to actually watch the videos. And the videos, it's not just about getting a higher score, it's about learning. Again, 91% of all threats happen after someone lets the bad guys in. So you can actually protect your computer network, your computer data. You can do more to protect your computer network, your computer data by providing cyber awareness training. This, by the way, is also a core requirement. If you are part of any type of regulation, maybe it's the FTC guidelines. If you're subject to the FTC guidelines, by the way, there are a lot of companies and businesses that are subject to the FTC guideline. Any business that offers financing, even if it's a third-party agency that's offering that financing, if they fill out the application, if you direct them to do that, maybe you allow your patients to take care credit, or you have where someone can pay 90 days on something, or 6 months, same as cash or something like that. Well, if you have that type of a service, you're subject to the FTC guidelines. All financial institutions, which not only includes banks, but also includes anyone that does anything with financing, as I just described. Also, in addition to that, you're looking at other types of institutions as well, and those other types of institutions. So if you are a real estate appraiser, you are subject to the FTC guidelines. So there are a lot of different organizations that are subject to the auto dealerships. They all have financing, and they're subject to the FTC guidelines, and they're difficult to actually comply with. But the number one thing, the core component to that, is training. And if you're involved in HIPAA, training is a big part of that. If you're a medical office or a dental office, you're subject to HIPAA. That's a big part of that. If you have cyber liability insurance, that's a big part of that as well. And so this is a core requirement. In fact, one of the things with cyber liability insurance, this is kind of a dirty secret of the insurance companies. They will sign you up for cyber liability insurance. And when you sign up, typically you're agreeing to do certain things. And if you don't do those things, guess what? If you have a cyber event, you not only have to have been doing those things, you also have to document that you have done those things. And so you can, they can come in and they can say, well, you know what, you were supposed to have cyber awareness training. Show us that you had cyber awareness training. And this isn't just, getting people together and saying, hey, listen, you need to not click on this link. You need, this is actually, you need to actually document the cyber awareness training that you have provided. So with this service, you actually get cyber awareness training. And again, that score goes up. You look at your score. You can compare your score to other people. And if you're a competitive person, a lot of people are, you actually will want your score to be higher than let's say it's Bob out there, and Sally has a higher score, and so Bob wants to get a higher score than Sally. And so they're competing with each other, trying to actually improve their score. And in the process of this, you're helping to safeguard your company. You're helping to safeguard your computer network, your computer data from cyber threats. Again, 91% of all threats are because someone lets a hacker in. Someone lets the bad guy in. You don't want to be that person that lets the bad guy in. Quite often when this happens, people are scared that it happened. They don't want to even tell people that it happened because that could get them in trouble. But then really what happens at that point is you're giving the bad guys more time to get in there. Also, one of the things that most organizations have to do is have various policies in place. Like for instance, one of the things that you need to have a written information security plan. Most organizations, by the way, anyone that's filing taxes is subject to the FTC guidelines also, as well as the IRS guidelines. Any accountant office is subject to this. And so it's very important to actually have these policies in place. How do you get a written information security policy and have your employees signed off that they have acknowledged these policies as well? Well, it's important to actually go over these policies, have these policies. So this service actually has templates for these policies, and you can actually just go in and read those templates, see if there's any changes that you need to make to accommodate it to your specific situation. Of course, you make those changes, and then you get that ready and you publish it, and then you ask your employees to sign off that they acknowledge that they have read that policy and that they comply with it. And this, again, provides you that documentation that you have provided the cyber awareness training, that you also have these policies, and that you have actually required your employees to read these policies and acknowledge these policies, so that if there is a threat, first of all, hopefully your employees will be smart enough to avoid this letting a bad guy in. But if they do actually accidentally let a bad guy in, well, you have the documentation to back up that you've done what you're supposed to do.
You're listening to a Faster PC radio heard on this station every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back for the final segment of today's show. Listen, if you want to get your computer questions answered and you haven't called in, now's your opportunity. In fact, this is your last opportunity coming up. 772-340-1590. 772-340-1590. You can also head over to our Facebook page, and you can actually, from the Facebook page, you can type your computer questions into the comment section of the live video, and we'll cover them on today's show. But you know what? You've got to get over there right now, or give us a call, 772-340-1590, so we can answer your computer questions. Computer problems? You need a faster PC. From the founding of our company, a faster PC has provided our customers with quality service and computer products at competitive prices. We find that in the current economy, this is more important than ever. A faster PC recently conducted a market survey and found that our prices are the least expensive in the area. Some of our competitors charge twice what we charge. Perhaps that's why more customers are turning to a faster PC. We're helping our customers save money by repairing their computers rather than replacing them.
Now, wait a minute. You mean a faster PC saves customers money?
A faster PC offers the most competitive prices for computer repair in our area.
Wait a minute. Technicians that know what they're doing for less than the competition?
That's right. A faster PC can handle anything from software installs, virus, spyware, and malware, and those annoying pop-ups, to QuickBooks, Metisoft, and SoftIn support, from wireless networks to hardware networks. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
Conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. Call 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a faster PC.
This is Brian Longworth, host of A Faster PC Radio, where we answer your computer questions for free every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. But it gets even better than that.
Now, wait a minute. How could it possibly get any better than that?
Yes, Cliff. A Faster PC has technicians standing by every Saturday ready to work on your computer.
Wait a minute. Technicians standing by on a Saturday?
Well, Cliff, A Faster PC has technicians standing by Monday through Friday for standard and emergency service, both in-shop and on-site. That means you can bring your computer to A Faster PC, or A Faster PC can come to you. And if you need computer service in a hurry, we offer emergency service both in-shop and on-site. We can handle anything from software installs, viruses, spyware, to multi-site VPN networking. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
A Faster PC, conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. For more information, call 878-5978. 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
Welcome back to A Faster PC Radio. This is the last segment of today's show. We'd love to answer your computer questions, but if you don't call, we can't answer. Give us a call. The number to have your computer question answered is 772-340-1590, 772-340-1590, or you can hop on over to our Facebook page, A Faster PC, and actually from there, you can type your question into the comment section. So again, just a few more minutes to answer your questions. We did want to remind you also that not only can you ask your questions at the Facebook page or by calling 772-340-1590, but you can also watch the video as well. So some of the questions that I'm answering, as I answer those questions, I'll be able actually to show you the steps that you go through to resolve computer problems. And if you're not where you can watch it right now, that's fine. You can watch it at your convenience shortly after the show's over. It'll be up there on our Facebook page. You can get there one of two ways. Either go to our website, afasterpc.com. We have a link that says listen to A Faster PC Radio. If you click on that, it'll take you to our Facebook page, or go to Facebook and search for A Faster PC. We also wanted to remind you that in the shop we have technicians standing by today to work on computers and resolve computer problems. We're at 7190 South US 1, and our number in the office is 772-878-5978. And of course, we're here to answer your questions. Well, your computer questions, and we could answer other questions, but we're here specifically to answer computer questions. Computer problems? You need a faster PC.
That's right, you do, and we are back ready to answer your computer technology, streaming, and cybersecurity questions. And, we're also going to be going over the biggest, most critical threats that we have seen this week. This is something that we do every single week here at A Faster PC Live Technical Support. We actually go over the biggest threats that are out there, the most critical threats that are out there, so that you can be aware of these and so that you can actually take proactive actions. We'll even go over what actions you should take about these to actually protect yourself, your computers, your computer network, your data, to keep it away from hackers. Well, one of the things we're going to just go over quickly these threats, and then we'll go over these in a little bit more detail. But there's a hazy hawk gang that is exploiting DNS misconfigurations to hijack trusted domains. In other words, they're hijacking trusted websites. Big websites, even universities, government agencies, Fortune 500 companies. We'll discuss that coming up. Also, service desks are under attack, IT service desks. There's a critical zero-day threat that has been found in the Versa Network SD-WAN SaaS platform. Also, 100+ fake Chrome extensions that are found hijacking sessions, stealing credentials, and injecting ads. There's a ghost buckets, how abandoned S3 storage became a supply chain threat. Also, Cisco patches a high severity denial of service privilege escalation vulnerabilities, and Marks and Spencer's expects a ransomware attack to cost $400 million to clean up. You heard that right, $400 million to clean up. So there's the Hazy Hawk gang that is exploiting DNS misconfigurations to hijack trusted domains. Now, there's a lot of acronyms in computers, and I always try to explain these so that you know really what we're talking about. And you know what, if I ever miss explaining something, just let us know. Comment on the videos, or give us a call, 772-340-1590. We can actually go over that. I'll actually try to explain it a little bit better. But DNS is where there's a server that actually points your computer that's trying to get to a resource to that resource. And so let's say a fasterpc.com. Well, if you want to go to a fasterpc.com, well, that's actually at a IP address, and the IP address is something that you're not going to remember. So really the DNS server just says all you have to do is type in a fasterpc.com, and then we can actually configure the DNS records so that the website actually points to the right location and gets to the right location. So that's what DNS is. So there are DNS records that are out there that have been changed. Maybe a subdomain is not being used anymore, but the record is still there, and the subdomain was actually using cloud storage, maybe Amazon or Microsoft or Google. And so what the hackers do is they actually go and they create a new entry, a new entity that is actually using that same exact name. So then what happens is that subdomain, instead of going nowhere like it was when, really what they should have done is actually edit the CNAME in the DNS, and they didn't do that. So what happens is, again, that was going to nowhere, but now that the hackers created an identical, they created a service with this identical name of the previous one, and so what actually happens is they then start hosting scams, fake applications, and malicious advertisements on these sites. And so you can imagine going to, and I don't know, I'm just using this, I'm not saying that Bank of America has been subject to this, but let's say you go to onlineaccess.bankofamerica.com, and you see a site that looks just like Bank of America, and you can actually type in your username and password, and really you would be giving the bad guys your username and password at that point. So so this is something to be aware of, and just watch out if you're there. And this is really tricky, because one of the things we say is make sure you're at the website. If you're going to a fasterpc.com, make sure it's a fasterpc.com. If you're going to Bank of America, make sure it's bankofamerica.com. But when there's a subdomain, before the main domain, there's actually a dot between it. So for instance, again, let's say there was a online access.bankofamerica.com. The online access would be the subdomain. Whenever you're looking at a subdomain, because of this new threat, you do have to be a little bit suspicious. Verify that is an actual subdomain with that organization. And also, pay attention and learn what the subdomains are, or use a password manager that can actually keep track of the website that you're supposed to be going to. Service desk or IT service desk are under attack. Cyber criminals are increasingly targeting IT service desks by impersonating employees and using social engineering to gain unauthorized access to systems. These attacks often involve convincing agents to reset passwords or bypass security controls, exploiting the human element in the support process. Here's another thing. They can actually spoof a phone number, so the phone number could be the customer's phone number, and they can use AI if they have a recording of the person. They can use AI to actually reproduce the person's voice. We've had customers that have had phone calls that sounded like it was from their grandkids, and it wasn't. Imagine, someone spoofing your phone number and your voice to actually call a computer support company and get them to reset your password and let the bad guys into the system. So really what needs to happen is there needs to be additional verification steps that need to be taken, and this is something that a faster PC can provide for you if you're out there looking for IT support. There's a critical zero-day threat that is found in Versa Networks SD-WAN SASE platform. Several critical zero-day vulnerabilities have been discovered in Versa Networks operating system, which powers the SD-WAN and SaaS products. These flaws allow unauthorized attackers to execute arbitrary code, posing a major threat to edge network infrastructure. Although Versa Networks claims to have released patches, the researchers who disclosed the vulnerabilities have not found any publicly available patches, promoting concerns about unmitigated risk and urging users to take additional security precautions. There's 100 plus fake Chrome extensions that are found to hijack sessions, steal credentials, and inject ads. So a recent cybersecurity investigation uncovered over 100 malicious Chrome extensions. And by the way, an extension is something that's added to your browser to do various things. And there are legitimate extensions, and then there are illegitimate extensions. We've seen a lot of illegitimate. I would say there's probably even more than 100 illegitimate extensions out there. And this particular one, what it actually does, there's over 100 of these that are, again, they're allowing people to steal credentials, exfiltrate user data, hijack sessions. That means that when you get logged in and authenticated with Google or with your bank or something like that, they can take the session cookie, take it to their computer, and put it into their browser, and then they are authenticated just like you are, and inject unauthorized advertisements. These extensions often request extensive permissions, enabling them to interact with all websites visited, execute arbitrary code from attacker-controlled domains, and manipulate browser sessions. Users are advised to install extensions only from verified developers, carefully review requested permissions, and remain vigilant against lookalike extensions that may compromise browser security. There's a ghost bucket, how abandoned S3 or how abandoned S3 storage became a supply chain threat. Researchers at Watchtower Labs have uncovered a significant cybersecurity vulnerability involving abandoned Amazon S3 buckets. In other words, companies were using Amazon's cloud storage and then abandoned that storage by re-registering approximately 150 such buckets previously used in various software products and infrastructure development pipelines. They observed over 8 million HTTP requests within 2 months. These requests originated from sensitive networks, including government agencies, military organizations, financial institutions, and universities seeking resources like software and binary code. So these studies highlight the critical risk posed by neglecting cloud storage access, emphasizing the need for organizations to implement stringent lifecycle management. Cisco patches high severity, denial of service, privilege, escalation vulnerability. Cisco has released patches for several high severity vulnerability affecting products such as Cisco Secure Client and Identity Services Engine. The vulnerabilities could allow attackers to cause denial of service conditions or escalate privileges. Some of the issues can be exploited remotely without authentication. Cisco stated that there are no workarounds for these flaws, but has provided patches. And there is no evidence of active exploits at this time. But I can tell you, if you don't install those patches and you're using Cisco, you're a sitting duck for infections. Mark and Spencer expects a ransomware attack to cost $400 million. Mark and Spector, M&S, expects a recent ransomware attack to cost the company around $400 million in operating profit over the fiscal year 2025 and 2026, attributed to the Dragon Force Group, the attack disrupted operations, including online shopping services, expected to remain offline through July, and impacted food sales due to reduced availability and increased logistical cost. Customer data, including contract details, order history, and mass payment card info, was also stolen. M&S is working to offset losses through insurance, cost control, and other measures. You don't want to end up like that. And listen, I know that this is a lot and this can be confusing, and you may say, hey, I don't even know if any of these apply to me. Well, you need help when you have cybersecurity problems, or maybe you don't even know whether you have cybersecurity problems or not. You need a faster PC. Go to our website at fasterpc.com or give us a call, 772-878-5978. Cybersecurity problems, you know it. You need a faster PC.
We're coming to the end of today's show, but if you've missed any part of the show, want to listen to or watch it again, or want to share it with your friends, head over to our website, afasterpc.com, and look at the top of the page. Right in the middle, there's a red button that says Live Technical Support. Click on that button. On the left-hand side, you'll see various ways that you can actually request live technical support from a Faster PC's technicians. On the right-hand side, you'll see how you can listen to and watch a Faster PC live technical support, including on the radio, on the TuneIn app, on your Alexa or Google speakers, and on our podcast, as well as links to both our YouTube channel and our Facebook page, where you'll not only be able to hear the show, but also see the show. We also have links to our YouTube channel's video page where you can watch individual segments, and then also our shorts page where you can watch little snippets of a Faster PC live technical support. We will be closed Monday for Memorial Day. I want to encourage you to take time to remember those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice so that you and I and our children can enjoy freedom. We want to invite you to listen to our church radio show tomorrow morning here on WPSL at 10 a.m. You can listen to other sermons on our church website, covenanttabernacle.com, or our church YouTube channel, Covenant Tabernacle World Outreach Center. If you have any computer questions for next week's show, you can type those into the comment section of our live videos over at YouTube and Facebook. Again, you can get the links to both of those by clicking on the live technical support button at our website, the top middle, and you can request live technical support on that page as well. Computer problems?
Don't you know by now you need a faster PC?
For many people, Memorial Day is merely a day at the beach. We remind you, though, that your day at the beach was paid for in part by the day brave men stormed the beaches of Normandy, and many other brave men and women who have paid the ultimate sacrifice so that we and others may live free. This Memorial Day, take time to remember those who have sacrificed to secure and defend our freedom, and thank God for His blessings on America.
WPSL Port St.